There she
Well,
is.
hello,
There's
Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Say hello to Business Over Beer.
Welcome to Business Over Beer, where entrepreneurs, small business owners, and people passionate about what they do bring us their stories and their favorite beer. Hosted by Ben Surratt, Jonathan Kaler, and Jason Knope, it's time to get down to business and drink some beer.
This is the first.
Is this a first? That's good. We like firsts.
Yeah.
Firsts are definitely good.
Firsts are good.
So I did have a ball python when I was in my 20s.
Oh, and now it comes out.
So my wife and I first started dating. This is back in 1998, 99. My roommate at the time, he had a ball python and he was getting married and his wife was like, nope. So he gave me, at the time, Lucifer.
Oh.
Well, we took it to the vet. We took her to the vet, and we found out it was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I just named her Lucy after that.
I like it.
Now, the one thing I love ball pythons, they're the awesomest, most cuddly things. I know, John, dude, I know, bro, but they're so cuddly.
Yep.
They're so just, I want to be loved.
Yeah, though. Yeah, they're really good at hugging, I hear.
Right around your neck.
Yeah.
Get you.
But
They just squeeze and squeeze.
But the one thing I could never ever do was feed Lucy. It'd have to be Angie, or I just couldn't do it. Those poor mice. I feel bad.
You know, I'll tell you what. For about 2 seconds, I had the same feeling, but then I realized, I hate rats. Okay, so you know what?
That's what Angie said.
Here, have another one.
Are they live rats? Do they eat the rats?
Oh
live?
yeah, they're live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they swallow them down, and you can see the rat. Can't you see the rat go all the way down the bottom?
Yeah.
How many do you have to keep on hand?
Oh no,
Not many.
One
or two at the most.
Once a week or something?
No.
Yeah, she only eats every about 10 days or so. So
Yeah.
we just go to the place, get it, and that's it.
What?
I don't have to go back. So.
Yeah.
They only eat every 10 days?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, see, okay, Jonathan, here's the thing, okay? They don't smell, they don't eat their own shit, they don't lick your face after they eat their own shit or lick some other dog's butt, okay? They only eat once a week. You don't have to clean their shit up after they
Boy, I cleaned up a lot of shit in my day. That's true.
And they don't go attacking neighbors and biting kids, so you're good.
Awesome. Daniel, thanks again for being here on the program. So for people who maybe missed part one of the episode, could you just remind everybody, give us the 50,000-foot view of your business?
Absolutely. Yeah. So happy to be here. This is fun. You guys are great. And so we are in the athletic performance training industry. So Maximum Sports Conditioning, like Knope said, is a business. We're in Bellevue, and we train athletes of all ages, but primarily 12 to about 22. So middle school, high school, and college. And we try to help them improve performance in whatever sport it is that they are playing. And we work with folks who play any sport on the planet.
That's fantastic. And in part one, we got into a little bit about your journey, kind of where you came from and how you launched your business. We talked a little bit about sort of the market you're in, a little bit about your customers. And so I can't wait to get into sort of, we're going to talk a little bit probably about COVID-19, talk a little bit about the vision for your business and kind of what's next for you. But before we do that, Ben, you look thirsty.
I am thirsty. Daniel, every episode of the Business Over Beer podcast, my lovely wife picks us up a mystery beer.
I thought you were about to say ball python. My heart skipped a beat.
We call this segment Angie's Mystery Beer. Now, it's a game. It's turned into a game now. So the game goes like this. We're going to...
if it's Irish Death, by the way,
oh, it's rigged.
I'm quitting forever if it's Irish Death.
So what we try to do is we're going to open the top of the bottle, all right? Pour a little bit in our glass and try to guess what it is. That's all. We will never get the actual beer. We might get the style, but not the company or the brewery. But it's a fun game.
A couple times. We've been close.
What's the color of the cap on that Irish Death?
Gold?
I'm not looking. Did she erase it?
She did, yeah.
She did.
In fact, I think she actually took the time to scratch it off.
Wow,
she was
that's
really dedicated this week.
Oh, no, dude. We have that gold marker.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Pen?
Yeah.
She paint penned over the cap. That's fantastic.
Ooh. It ain't Irish Death. Well.
That's lovely looking.
Bro, you went all in on that.
That is lovely.
He went all in. Look at that.
He did. Look at that.
We only went about
a little
halfway
bit
in.
in ours. Ah, shit. I better put some more in there then.
I know. Is it a sour? That's not a sour.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Prost.
Prost.
Little barrel age in there, maybe. Prost.
All right. Cheers. Cheers, gentlemen.
It is a sour.
I don't like it.
Not terrible.
It's way too sweet for me, man. I can't do it.
It is.
That's like
sour
licorice.
and sweet.
Ooh.
It's almost. It's got that raisiny. It tastes like Twizzlers.
Is it that same kind of style? Is it one of those like Belgian?
When we were with Bradley at the museum, it has that raisin.
No, it was Northwest Escape Experience.
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah.
Is anyone else getting any barrel age smell from it?
Boy, I can't do it.
What is that though? It's very
almost like.
I was gonna say, is it tart cherry? It's
cherry.
It's
It's cherry.
cherry.
It's cherry.
I was gonna say orangey, but like a sugar.
No, it's cherry.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's. I'm going with a cherry sour.
It's cherry.
Belgian cherry sour is my guess. I don't think it's Dwinnell. She wouldn't do Dwinnell again.
Whew.
It's
I
probably
kinda
a
like
brewery we've never heard of.
I kind of
I
like
can't do
it.
All right. The big reveal. Go ahead, Canope. What do you got?
What you got, Canope?
Hang on. Let me open this thing. I'm gonna finish it. This is good. I like it.
Do you really? I mean, that's cool,
like it.
man. That's awesome.
Cool, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. Barrel aged Founders Moss Agave Grapefruit.
Wow.
Didn't you say orange, Canope?
It says Imperial Goose Style Ale,
My
brewed with
goodness.
grapefruit
Goza.
and agave.
Goza.
Excuse me. Aged in tequila barrels.
Oh, she had to know. Wow.
Well, that says right there.
Daniel,
Apparently,
you
I
don't
like
even
tequila.
know how often this happens.
Wow.
It happens all the time.
Wow.
9.7. 9.7.
Well, I can just tell
I
you,
had
I
to
would
leave.
probably like it if it's aged in tequila barrels.
So yeah, Moss Agave at the barrel. You hit the barrel age, man. I don't know how you picked that up, but yeah, the Moss Agave. That's the sweetness, and then the grapefruit is the tart.
You know what? I've had this before, and I'm so ashamed. And I liked it when I had it.
I like it.
I mean, again, Goza is not my. It's not my go-to style. I don't dislike it, and I'll say I've said this 100 times. I'll say it again tonight. It doesn't satisfy me as a beer drinker.
No.
You know, it's not beer to me. This is when I think of beer. This isn't what I think of. It's too sweet. It's too sour. I mean, it had some nice head to it. So I mean, it's got some good carbonation, but it's just. I think the flavors are good. It's a wildly complex beer. It's just not my thing. I'll drink it. It's not going to go to waste, but it's not my thing.
Wow, I'm that's scary. That was hilarious,
The
man.
tequila barrel thing is freaking
Apparently I
wild.
like tequila.
And can we also say that this was actually going to be for last week's?
It was supposed to be last week's episode, but our guest canceled on us.
Oh,
So
we're talking some serious
there's some serious
energy
Yeah,
going
universe
on
stuff.
here.
universe shit
Universe
happening here
stuff
for
going
sure.
on. Oh yeah.
Wow. So Daniel, the other thing I really, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. COVID. This is something I've asked every guest, or since we've been, not every guest, but a lot of our guests have been asked this question. What things have you pivoted on, right, that you will embrace and carry through even past COVID? What are some of the things that you've learned that you're like, I really enjoyed X. I'm going to take this
Interesting.
throughout.
Yeah, good question, man. So, as a gym, it's definitely been interesting, right? So we had to shut down a couple months, and then June we were, with our model is small, is semi-private anyway. So we rarely have more than 15 people in the space at once. And so with the restrictions currently in this phase 2, it has not affected us the way that it's affected some of the larger health clubs and gyms. And so, which is nice. I mean, it's been good. But I think it's the tough part has been scheduling, right? So making sure that we, to try to schedule to keep the place open. That concept is just, right, it's counterintuitive. So that's been tough. I think, although it may carry through, I mean, I think that, for most people, they like the space, they like the small numbers, and so that may be a selling point. I think the Zoom, here's one thing, the Zoom issue, the Zoom workout thing. So I don't know if you guys saw that, a lot of clubs people are doing what they got to do. And so they're doing workouts on Zoom. And I personally do not like the Zoom workout thing. That being said, some people do. And some people, and I have been pleasantly surprised. There's been more folks, more of our clients that have been interested in doing it, even when we, especially when we were shut down, than I thought, and it kind of kept us going, right? So if that's the case, at this point, schedule-wise, we could schedule that in. And just make it fit our model. So there may be times over the course of a calendar year, even when COVID's over, if someone can't get to the gym and they want to schedule a Zoom workout, at this point in time, we could do it because we've done that before. Prior to COVID, never done it, didn't really know what it was like, wasn't into it, wouldn't have done it. So it's it's opened up an additional revenue stream.
I was going to say, I mean, because you might have people, and how do I put it without being mean? People who are more conscious about how they look in public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Might find that more attractive if you have that as an option for them. Like, hey, look, being in the gym, and the fact that they're doing X is huge steps, but they don't see it that way. that might be a good way for them to get started and getting little interval trainings going on.
Yeah, and I think it's good for the industry at large, right? I mean, one of the reasons why our death toll has been so high compared to the rest of the world is that we're obese, man. Right?
I'm glad you went there. I'm glad you went there,
dude. I mean, it's comorbidities are the main issue. Heart disease and diabetes are the main factors that are killing people here. So anything that gets people more active and exercising more and healthier is going to be good. So there are some people who never would have gone to the gym because they were worried about how they're looking, and now all of a sudden they can work out through Zoom with people. And so overall, I mean, I think that's a good thing, man.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Are you finding that people who are more on the performance side, the athletes?
Well, dude, no.
Okay, I was going to say, because I don't think that, as in the past, I thrived on having somebody there pushing me.
Yeah.
Versus somebody there, on Zoom where I'd be like, well, see ya.
Yeah.
I'm done with that guy. I didn't think that could work, but I didn't know if do you run into any athletes in that area that do okay in a Zoom structure?
Yeah, some of them. I mean, some of them, and I think it all depends on, if they have the option, like if they're, everybody's responded differently to this thing. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Some people are really scared. Some people are not at all scared, and then there's a lot of people that are in between, right? So if the athlete is from a family that is really worried about it, and this is all that they had, they dealt with it and they just did it and dove in and made the best of it, But most of the time we use pretty specialized equipment, and we're coaching them and driving them and pushing them. So it's hard to do that over a screen.
That's interesting, man.
What has been the athlete's take on all of this? I mean, we're watching sports, right? We've had the NBA bubble, we had the MLS bubble, the NFL, Major League Baseball, they've gone a little different direction. How are the athletes feeling about performing on the field or on the court? Or are your athletes performing on the field or on the court in real game style competition? I'm just curious what their thoughts are on that, as with the close proximity to, of course, their teammates and their competition.
Yeah, you mean in terms of catching the virus?
Correct.
Yeah, not a lot of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the time they're not worried about themselves. They're, if they have anybody they're living with that's high risk, they can be concerned. But if you look at the data, dude, I mean, young athletes, kids, I mean, they're, hardly any of them are having issues, right? And so they're not so much worried about themselves having complications from the thing.
Sure.
They're more just worried about all of the uncertainty. They're young. They don't know, quite what to expect. Nobody in this lifetime has seen anything like this, right? And so as an athlete, as a young person, but especially as an athlete, stability and certainty is what we need, and routine, right? And so when the routine is shaken up and the certainty is shaken up, and then you start getting kids being a little bit more concerned and worried, and so I would say the mental part of this thing is really what's affected them.
Amen.
And so how are they dealing with that? I mean, obviously you're on the physical fitness side and physical performance. So how are you seeing these young people dealing with the mental fitness and the mental health? Or do they have the resources available to them to handle this? Because I know how I feel, and we've talked about that issue a lot on this show, and even more than usual, of course, over the last 6 months. But you're dealing with these kids, right, and these young adults. What are you seeing, and do they have the resources to deal with this really difficult period? Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure if all of them do. I think that the more that kids can see each other, the more that they can do it in a safe way. I think I have these conversations with parents all the time, man. I mean, we got to get these kids back in school. Social interaction is such a huge part of learning and growing, and so I think that piece has been tough, but it seems to me, at least with the athletes that we're dealing with, that they're still going about their routines. They're still working out. They're still doing what they need to do. They're getting with their coaches, some teammates, you know, in small groups, and they're doing what they got to do. So I think that, you know, it seems to me like they're holding it steady.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you say to the athlete that is training his or her ass off? How do you keep that passion going even if they know they can't play?
Well, the bottom line is that they will play eventually, right? I mean, this thing is temporary. We got to remember that. It sucks. It's horrible. It's only been 8 months, but it feels like it's been 2 years, you know, but we will get through it and we will get over it, and the game is going to go on. So, you know, as of right now, at least in the school districts that are in our area, everything's just been pushed back to the winter and the spring. So, you know, they will get back to playing eventually. And so we have to talk to kids. We typically see them in their off season anyway, right? So we're talking to kids about preparing all the time. And so staying prepared, being ready is just conversations that typically happen in the gym, regardless of COVID, you know, if there's COVID or not. You know, that type of communication, that coaching language, that hasn't really changed much. It's just that, hey, you know, stick with this. So we're getting through this. This just gives you an opportunity to get a whole lot better before the season starts.
I dig what you just said there, man, because you just said, regardless, you should always be ready for the pivot, just like in business. You should always be thinking ahead, even if you're not going to play today, tomorrow, whatever, you're going to play, and you better be ready.
Yep, that's right. It's all about being able to adapt, man. I mean, it's, you know, you got to adapt to a changing environment. I mean, you know, no game that you go into as an athlete, no game that you go into is going to go exactly the way that you planned it. You got to be ready for anything.
You may not be
podcast is ever going to go the way you think
fit.
it's going to go. All of a sudden, there's snakes and potty breaks, and it's like, well, you just gotta be flexible, man.
You gotta be flexible.
I told you. He thinks I'm a rat
we are
bastard.
not.
I told you
we are not flexible.
No, that's an amazing analogy, man, because it goes with everything. It goes. For sure. And look, there are so many people who have, and I'm one of them, who just kind of shut down and like, I don't want to worry about my body. I don't want to worry about my health. I just want to enjoy life and be whatever. But that's not the way to go either, right? Because there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Are you going to be ready for that? Mm-hmm. I dig that analogy, man. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and like you said it, dude. I mean, we all got to be prepared for anything, you know. And you know, you brought up the health and fitness issue, and just health and wellness overall. I mean, it like this has not taught people, or at least opened people's eyes to the fact that, you know, man, you've got to stay healthy. It's not all of a sudden you just get healthy. Okay, it's like you live a healthy life, and then your body will be resistant to things that we are not expectant that come up, you know. And you know, one of my frustrations, I'm just going to go into this, but after the governor issued, you know, here in Washington, after the governor issued his stay-at-home order, I got really upset because the grocery stores in our area they just started pumping all of the candy, all of the soda, all of the things that are horrible to the front of the store. People are buying them, and it's like people are dying of COVID due to heart disease and diabetes, but yet PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, and Mars M&M are just making money hand over fist, and you know, I couldn't take it, man. So I'm writing letters to the Secretary of Health and the Department of Health, like, wait a minute, man, this is what's going on here. You can't promote things that are actually destroying our community during a time of crisis. Okay, you don't get to just destroy your body and then expect, and then you're 55, 60, and because you're, you're super you're out of shape and you're unhealthy, and a virus all of a sudden hits the globe that kills people who are unhealthy because of sugar. Let's be honest, this is sugar, diabetes and heart disease, sugar, okay, and expect to survive it. So that's been, I hate soda. I don't think anybody should drink it. I'm really upset. I'm pissed. And I mentioned to you guys that I'm passionate about racial justice. I mean, the racial disparities that are going on with COVID right now are astronomical. Access to, healthcare is a big deal, but then also access to high quality food. And
that's been on for years, though, homie.
Oh,
that's been on for years.
No question, and it's just been so revealing right now, and it's a major deal. So we can't live life just reacting to things as they happen, right? You got to plan. You got to be ready for anything.
I think a lot of people feel that way, man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine being up there in ground zero. I call it ground zero because you're right in the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
You must be torn. You must be torn from this way and that way. As a business owner, but as a person of color as well, it must be it's got to be difficult, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, totally. It eats you up, but I'm an optimist, and I'm also an activist. I'm all about, taking action and doing things the right way that are going to help the community and help all of us and move forward. So I think, the theme that you brought up is just preparation and being ready and living your life and running your business in a sustainable way and being prepared for anything that may show up on your doorstep, right? So, it's definitely a good lesson. I mean, I mentioned that in the questionnaire you guys sent over, just that one of the things I wish I would have known when I was getting started is that really, this thing's a marathon. And I'm sure you've heard that from other business owners, man. It is not a sprint. And I thought it was just a sprint. And then I realized it would, I thought it was maybe a series of sprints. And then I realized, holy crap, no, this is a marathon, and you got to be prepared for the ups and downs of all of this. I mean, I started the business, and then a year and a half later, the recession hit. And so, here we are with, just signed a new lease, and everything's crashing. And so, and then we come out of it, and just, there's been tons of ups and downs along the way. Right. And so it's just being able to maintain that level of cool and realize that, the sun will come up tomorrow, as long as you just, live sustainably, dude. Just, nothing too crazy. Don't get too high. Don't get too low.
Or get yourself a Daddy Warbucks.
I was wondering if you're going to say anything.
Ah, jeez, I'm sorry. Jeez.
You are now the rat bastard.
No, I am a rat bastard.
So along those lines, one of the things you said was one of your keys to success is your people.
Yeah.
For small business owners, especially those that have been around for less than, let's say, 2 years, how did you know when it was the right time to start hiring people? How did you know when was that? What was it? He said, you know what, man, I gotta start bringing some people in to help out. Talk a little bit about that leap, because we all have to go through that, from we're doing it ourselves or I'm doing it myself. Now I need to bring somebody else on the team. Talk about that. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I actually, I would say, because, I learned through mistakes. So I hired too early and had to scale back, and then slowly brought people on again. And so I had some issues early with some of the people that I brought on, and it didn't work out well for them, and it didn't work out well for us, and it hurt the business. And dealing with.
Did you bring on trainers, or did you bring on more administrative types?
Both actually, and so you know, their personality didn't quite mesh, and then there, you know, I had people, you know, trainers that I brought in that were taking clients and then leaving, and I had, you know, all kinds of things, and I realized, okay, you know what, I've got to be very careful about who I bring into this, because they essentially, you know, they've become an extension of the business, and extension of me, and so my reputation, the business reputation, is really dependent on the people who are in it.
Sure.
And so it was really through mistakes, and then I like I said, I scaled back, and then I waited actually probably almost too long. You know, I did everything that I could, you know, on my own. I had a few people that said stuck with me, and people that I really trusted, that I connected with, and that clients connected with well, but only a few. And then as things started to kind of stabilize, you know, you kind of realize the ebbs and flows of your business. I mean, dude, it takes years, right? I mean, it takes years. And once I realized, you know, where, you know, our pits were and where our peaks were, then it was easier for me to, you know, take that leap, because really it is an investment. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm investing in hiring some folks, and it may not go well, but on the flip side, it could, and it could really push me, you know, in the right direction, or even over the edge, and into moving forward and growing the way I want to grow. And so I just knew, because of my mistakes early, that I was going to, you know, really going to wait until I found especially the right person. So I'll tell you, that's the other thing, Jonathan. I had a couple of people that interned with me that were great, and I kept them around, and we are really only as good as our people. And, you know, all business owners, I mean, I hope that all business owners can feel the way that I do, right? That we really only grow because our people are there and they help us grow. And so I've got great ones. And so it wasn't until about, I'd say, I was 4 or 5 years in when I really started to, you know, hire more, and realize what I could afford to pay people, and you know, how I needed to navigate that world. So I guess I say all that, Jonathan, just to say that it's, you know, it takes a lot of mistakes, and it's okay. Mistakes are good. You got to be able to make mistakes. You just don't want to make the ones that put you, you know, in debt and out of business. So strategic mistakes, I think, are good. And then once you realize your peaks and your valleys, then you start bringing the right people on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just what you said. It takes years. And I think it's a hard transition to make. And I'm speaking from my own experience here so far, is that, you know, especially working in a corporate environment, in a established business, you can come in and you can make immediate impact, and you can move the needle so quickly. And when you start your own business from the ground up, finding your own customers or your own audience, or, you know, trying to develop your marketing plan and understanding your business, it is a marathon.
Yeah.
It takes years. And the minute you understand that and start to accept that, your outlook changes completely, because now you're not looking at it, you know, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You're looking at it 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Mm-hmm. And that's a really important shift to make as a new business owner.
Yeah.
That lens has to be completely different. At least that's been my experience over the last 18 months.
For sure. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think the other thing too is that, you know, it takes a long time before you start making money too, right?
Wait,
so
what?
I know it, man.
I'm out of here. Forget it then.
Gone again.
you know, we all, at least I had this perception that every year was going to get a little better, and I'm just going to, you know, and then pretty soon, you know, 5 years down the road, I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm just going to be killing it. And, you know, and it's just not how it is. You know, you've got to reinvest and you've got to be strategic and smart. And when you start taking that, you know, the perspective of, hey, I want this business to be around long after I'm gone, it changes things a little bit, and you realize, okay, you know, I'm not just in it to make a quick dollar and then get out, you know. So that was another change for me. It was like, okay, you know what, I can sit with this. I'm not going to be stupid with my money. I'm going to realize that I've just got to, once again, I've got to live sustainably. I've got to, you know, and eventually it's going to happen. And it always takes longer than you want, you know, but eventually it does.
For sure.
Eventually it comes.
Amen, man. It's I was told a long time ago, you're going to realize your first want as a business owner is money. Then the second want is community. And then the third is wanting to impact that community by giving them money. And what I think that person meant was not physically, maybe physically giving my money, but making money for the community, helping the community get bigger, better.
Right.
And that's the steps of being a business owner, man. We need one another. Yeah, we do. We need everybody.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, this was such a great conversation. We are so appreciative that you took the time to come on and be with us on Business Over Beer. We're going to leave it there for now. But Ben, before we go, it's time.
Daniel, it's time for the final question.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
I hope so.
All right. You've just landed. 2-part question, by the way.
Okay.
Sure.
You've just landed in Antarctica.
Oh, baby.
And you stepped on the icy tundra, the frozen tundra of Antarctica. You put your earbuds in, and you have are you an iPhone guy or a whatever?
Yep, I'm an iPhone guy.
Okay, you got your iPhone and you have your iTunes on, and the first thing you play is stop. First question is, what brought you to Antarctica? What physical thing brought you to Antarctica? Second thing, what were you listening to that played on your eye?
Baby, wow, what great questions, Ben. You're the man. Okay, Antarctica, let's talk.
Oh, my wife, will you?
Holy moly. So get this. Okay, as a kid, I loved playing in the snow. And so I grew up thinking, wow, that would be really cool to go to Antarctica and play in the snow all day. You know, as I got older, I lost it. And, you know, I don't really care about Antarctica. A couple years ago, a good buddy of mine is in the military, he's in the Air Force. And they flew several missions to Antarctica. And we were talking about it. And he said, dude, it is amazing. It looks like you're on another planet. It does not look like you are on planet Earth. You got to see it. You got to check it out. And then I had some clients that took a cruise that, they flew down to, I think it's Chile, and then there's a cruise that goes there and checks it out. So I'm thinking, okay, you know what? These guys asked me about where I want to go. I want to go to Antarctica again. I'm all about it. Okay, so I step down and I'm playing Devin the Dude. I'm an old school hip hop guy, Ben. You better believe it, baby. You better believe it. Devin the Dude, and he's every song that he plays is great. I hope you listen. Okay, Ben, I named my kid after Devin the Dude. Okay, and I'm saying this quietly because my kid is over to the right of me right now, so I'm speaking really quietly. Devin the Dude is the man.
If anybody doesn't know Devin the Dude, You have to listen to what was his thing?
He didn't tell us what song though.
What was the song? Hold on. Tell the song.
Okay, so I would say either maybe Just Trying to Live. That's a great one. Unity is another great one. Unity is a great one. Let's just leave it there. Let's play that one. Unity, UNITY, baby.
I haven't heard that song in forever.
Forever.
Yes. Okay. I've got a little baby. He's 5.5 months old. His name is Devin. He's named after Devin the Dude.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
Man, you are in way too good a mood to have a 5-month-old.
No joke.
No, I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep the night
I was
before.
gonna say.
The
No,
night
I bet you
before.
didn't.
Actually, I did better than my wife. She is the champion. Okay, she is the champion. I mean, I wake up, she gets up. Okay, so all four of us kids, we gotta admit, all right, we're waking up, but we ain't getting up the way they're getting up. Okay, let's be real.
All right.
That was
That's awesome.
Oh man.
Dude, you are fantastic. This was so much fun.
You are so awesome.
Oh my God. If people want to find out more about you and your business, where would you like people to go?
Our website is probably the best. It's maxsc.net. So that's MAXS as in Sam, C as in Charlie, .net. It has a breakdown of everything we do and all of the great coaches that we've got on staff and all the sports we train, and it's got some videos. So that would be the best place. And then our Instagram is at maxsc_gym. So you can check out videos and pictures and etc. Since although I'm not the best social media guy, I've got great people who are a little younger than me who are great on social media. Me, on the other hand, I'm not awesome.
Canope,
Yeah, what you got?
if people want to find business over beer, where do they go?
They go to bizoverbeer.com, bizoverbeer.com. That's also our social media handle for Instagram and Facebook and everything. You can find podcasts there. You can listen to them. You can find links to our video podcast. You can find an awesome blog that Kaylor and Ben have been putting together. There's some special offers and one other thing. What is it, Ben?
It's our Patreon, Canope. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you sign up for our Patreon page, you will end up being a BC or a Bob Crew member. There you will find many goodies. You will get early access to podcast interviews like this one you're listening to right now. You will get your own BC number. Oh, yeah. You will get a Biz Over Beer bottle cap opener.
You betcha.
You betcha.
Don't you know? And not only that, you will get yourself ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh.
You will get yourself a picture of 3 good-looking cats. The only difference is yours will have its own signature on it. Yes, autographed signature picture of these 3 cats.
Hey, there's something bigger than that, though.
But for all of but wait, there's more.
There's more, Ben. What is it?
That's a $49 value available today only. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you talking about our happy hour, Canope?
Talking about the happy hour, bro.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something. If you want a chance for one-on-few interaction with subject matter experts, This is a chance for you to focus on your business during a time of uncertainty. That's what the Business Over Beer Happy Hour is.
There's no value to that. It's huge.
Invaluable, I think is what you mean.
What's that?
There is value to that. It's invaluable.
Yeah. It's invaluable. Sorry.
How's that Imperial Goza sitting?
Daniel, hey man,
Quite well.
You are such one of us that I think you need to come back at our happy hour.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
It's scary how much of one of us you are, man. You are awesome.
Dude, I am in, bro. I'm in.
Let's connect after the podcast, and I really mean that. I would love to have you on, and because you're so optimistic, but yet so real and grounded at the same time, and it's very in a world of very negative and polarization. You are just a breath of fresh air, bro. And it seems really cheesy for me to say it, but I really, truly appreciate you being on.
Well, man, I appreciate you guys, man. This is a great platform, and I love what you guys are doing. This is a great way to share and talk and learn, and so anytime you guys have the opportunity to have me back on, dude, I'm in.
Awesome. Daniel, thank you. Jonathan, Canope, Patreon members, thank you so much. We would not be here without all of your help. Listeners, viewers, I'm sorry. But until next time, we will see you all later.
Good night.
Thanks.
Business Over Beer reminds you to always drink responsibly. Our theme song is Idiocracy by Christian Leo. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Business Over Beer, a TH3 Entertainment production.